5, 4, 3. Come on, Axl.
Okay. Go. Go. What is up? What's up? Welcome to the Cones on IMC, Axl Cones. We have a lot to get to tonight. Let's get to it. First off, if you're watching at home, throughout this entire show tonight, you're going to see the best of the Cone Zone for between the first 5 years. So enjoy those at home. Tonight, I'm going to reflect back on a year that was 2007. According to a CNN hotline poll, 64% of voters say that 07 was just another year. Oh, I beg to differ. The year 2007, year in review, forgive me, but I have to throw my 2 cents in here. The year 2007 was all about Britney Spears. Again, I'm going to go out on a limb and speak for the majority when I say that someone needs to plunge a stake through the heart that is Britney Spears. I am so sick of hearing her name, I could shit razor blades. Note to all media outlets who are camped out in the Starbucks parking lot waiting for Brit to arrive. Yeah, it's time to shut the cameras off, wrap up their microphone cords, and close the book on this attention-craving pig. I know the media tried to make Spears the next Marilyn Monroe, but apparently she's too inbred and stupid to cash in. I think it's pretty safe to assume that there's another blonde, blue-eyed, lip-syncing skank with huge cans right around the corner looking to be exploited. Looking for her 15 minutes. Let me also nip something in the bud right now before it gets completely out of hand. I don't want the floodgates to open regarding 16-year-old Jamie Lynn Spears, okay? Save your breath, toss those news clips right in the dumpster. Remember, it was me who said about the entire Spears clan, you can take the trash out of the trailer, but you can't take the trailer out of the trash. Don Imus landed in hot water in 2007. Imus referred to the Rutgers women's basketball team as nappy-headed hoes. Imus continued his rant by mixing in the ever-popular Jigaboos bomb. Nothing says good old-fashioned family entertaining racism than referring to people as nappy-headed hoes and jigaboos. Now, I could break out on my soapbox and give the double standard speech and say that black people can shout these exact same, if not worse, phrases at each other from the rooftops, and it's okay. But on the other side of the coin, some old, white, senile geezer does it, and he has to sit on Jesse Jackson's lap and apologize until he's black-faced. Blue in the face. Blue is what I'm looking for there. My question becomes, who in their right mind takes Don Imus seriously? He makes wee-wee in a diaper, for Christ's sake. He's still pissed off they took Bonanza off the air. People stopped listening to this old fart a decade ago. Come on, ladies, you're better than that. Don't give Don Imus that satisfaction that he got to you. You want to get back at him? Inform the old folks some of his antics, take away his nail clippers so he doesn't hurt himself, double up on his meds, and call it a day. Don Imus' senseless babbling should go in one ear and out the other like the racist uncle at a family reunion. Stick him at the kiddie table, pat him on the head, mash his dinner up for him, and call it a day. Rapper Pimp C died in 2007. It must have been a slow news day for this bullshit to make headlines. Let's see, Elvis Presley, John Lennon, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Pimp C? Can we make it a rule that you have to be in the industry for more than 8 minutes before we stop the presses and reflect on their lives after they kick the can? The only thing I have to say about this legendary rapper's death is one down and many, many more to go. In 2007, Hillary Clinton asked the public to help pick out her campaign song for her 2008 presidential run. Being the little smartass that I am, I nominated the theme from Shaft. My second choice was Talk Dirty to Me, but was unsure if she'd catch the joke. The Boston Red Sox won the 2007 World Series. How exciting for the Chowds. Too bad baseball's as dead as Marcel Marceau. But to be fair, baseball does have one good thing going for it. In 2007, Senator George Mitchell released his report on how most of the players are steroid-abusing cheaters. What's that? Barry Bonds is more juiced up than a convicted felon in a Texas electric chair? Get the fuck out of here. No way. I'm sure Baroyd looks like he's smuggling a hockey helmet in his skull and he needs tweezers to help him pee, but that doesn't mean he's roiding. And by the way, congrats to you, Baroyd, for breaking Hank Aaron's home run record of 755 in 07. I love the press conference following the record-breaking event when Bonds said, quote, "This record is not tainted at all." It's ironic that Bonds would use the word taint, considering half the time he's the biggest nutsack in all of baseball, and the other half he's the biggest asshole in all of baseball. Enjoy your record, Barry. In my eyes, as well as many others, your record is accompanied with a huge fucking asterisk that's bigger than the pillow you lay your giant melon down on at night. Jessica Simpson wanted to shed her ditzy blonde bombshell image in 2007. To do this, she dyed her hair black and is demanding more serious acting roles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't this the dope who thought that buffalo wings were made from flying buffalo? Another classic Jessica Simpson quote, 23 is old. It's almost 25, which is like almost mid-20s. What were we thinking not taking this dummy seriously, huh? I want to break the news to you, Jay, but dyeing your hair suddenly won't get you drinking high tea with the Supreme Court justices, okay? A pink, shiny, sequin-polished turd in Daisy Dukes is still a pink, shiny, sequin-polished turd in Daisy Dukes that has more brains than Jessica Simpson. From one dumb Simpson to another, O.J. Simpson was back in the news in 2007. Not the juice. He seems so normal to me. In September of 2007, O.J. Simpson was booked on 2 counts of robbery with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, and 1 count each of armed burglary and conspiracy to commit burglary. Simpson said he was merely taking sports memorabilia items that belonged to him. One of the 2 alleged victims described the incident as a military-style invasion. O.J.'s trial date is set for April 7th, 2008, where the charges could send the juice to prison for life. I'd like to make 2 requests before this trial gets underway. First, can I file a public restraining order to keep that camera-loving jerk-off Fred Goldman off my TV set this time? And even more important, can we round up a competent jury this time so we can finally send the double murderer to the hole where he belongs? Or even better, fry this bastard like a bacon strip? God knows I don't ask for much. Heath Ledger and Michelle Williams broke up in 2007. How would you like to have been the paparazzi monkeys who drew the short straw and had to follow these 2 no-names around 24/7? What's the matter? Was Hanson already spoken for? I hope in 2008 shit rags like TMZ and Entertainment Tonight keep me informed of Heath and Michelle's future relationships, as I just can't get enough D-list celebrity gossip. Dr. J. Robert Cade, the inventor of Gatorade, died in 2007. Mr. Cade was cremated and his ashes will be dumped over the head of the coach who wins Super Bowl 41. I thought that was pretty funny. In December of 2007, Ike Turner died. Tina hasn't celebrated this hard since she stopped having periods. After Ike took it took a period joke to get us going. After Ike took his dirt nap, reports came out that he repeatedly abused Tina with a shoe. A shoe? Tina should be thankful. Tina should be thankful Ike never owned a pair of ice skates. In memory of Ike's death. In memory of Ike's death, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame will display the bloodied penny loafers alongside Ike's first rock and roll record, Rocket 88. Congrats to you, Ike. In 2007, Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Vick was sentenced to 23 months in prison for organized dogfighting and the torturing and killing of the dogs that didn't perform well. Well, Mikey, karma's a bitch, no pun intended. And while you're in the big house, I hope being done doggy style takes on an entirely new meaning for you. In February of 2007, Anna Nicole Smith died. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm as happy as everyone else who's looking for a piece of stardom pie that this untalented gold-digging skank finally bit it. However, it sucks for me as her pharmaceutical stock that I'm invested in sank like Natalie Wood after Anna croaked. Thanks, Anna. Even when you're a maggot motel, you're still a pain in my ass. But cheer up, Anna. While you're in hell, you'll have an eternity to tease and con old geezers for financial gain. If you feel like reminiscing, you can revert back to your stripping days and give hand jobs for smack. Look on the bright side, Anna. You'll be the center of attention again when Satan loops your entire life on the high-definition plasma big screen for everyone's amusement. That way, Hitler and Saddam Hussein can breathe easy as they can pass the worst human being in history plaque over to you. From one worthless skank to another, Pam Anderson and her latest hubby, Rick Solomon, were married for 72 hours before filing the divorce in December of 2007. Shocking, huh? The reason for the divorce? Irreconcilable differences. Let me translate. Pam wanted Rick to shoot a porn with her and have it stolen, only to discover it on the internet so she could cry about how violated she feels, while all along cashing enormous checks with the Chatsworth postmark. But since Rick is already on Paris Hilton's skin flick, he passed. So Pam split to find another swinging dick who wants to be used and thrown away like a human maxi pad. The irony about this, keep me in the spotlight marriage, Pam Anderson wore white. The only thing white Pam Anderson should be wearing at her wedding is the pearl necklace that the best man gave her before the ceremony. After all, he does have 2 more weeks of fame than the groom, and as coincidence would have it, that's Pam Anderson's #1 turn-on. Superstitious Americans made July 7th, 2007 the most popular wedding day in history. Mindy Weiss, a Los Angeles wedding planner, said, quote, "Everyone loves the day because 7 is lucky and 3 times 7 is really lucky." What are we, fucking slot machines now? Thanks, Mindy. I'll be sure to drop a quarter in my girlfriend's cooter, press her nose, and pray she shits out the progressive jackpot. What was that? Since when do we need luck to have successful marriages? Whatever happened to love, honor, spending quality time together, sharing common interests, and most of all, having to settle for the farting, unemployed porn addict so you don't die alone? Congrats to all you 777 marriages, I guess. I'll try to contain my laughter on 999 when all the custody battles break out like fistfights at a KKK rally in Compton. You'll like this one. You'll like this one. From the disturbed lesbian file. On February 7th, 2007, NASA astronaut Lisa Nowak was arrested after allegedly dousing a romantic interest, Air Force Captain Colleen Shipman, with pepper spray while trying to abduct her from a parking structure in an Orlando, Florida airport. Yeah, to me, nothing says I have a crush on you more than opening a canister of pepper spray on someone while trying to stuff them in the trunk of your car. I may be old school when it comes to lesbians, but whatever happened to, can I buy you a drink, or those are nice Doc Martens you're wearing, or can I lick your kitty till it squeaks? No, Lisa's resorted to lobbing tear gas. Jesus, Lisa, what the fuck do you do on Valentine's Day? I'm guessing you soak your mate in blood before releasing the hungry hounds. Look at it this way, Lisa. When you end up in the slammer, you'll get to have hundreds of girlfriends. Just be sure your tongue is in good working condition, as you'll get to be the main attraction of the all-you-can-eat Butch Muff Buffet. Licking Lisa Nowak's trial is set for April of 2008, in case you care. You know I'll be tuned in. Vice Chairman of NASCAR, Bill France Jr., died in 2007. The nationwide trailer park memorial was quite touching. But to be fair, Mr. France's achievements To honor Mr. France's achievements, all the neck car fans will be shaving Calvin pissing on things in their head for the '08 racing season. George Takei turned 70 in 2007. And for those of you who don't know who George Takei is, he played Mr. Sulu from 1966 to 1969 on the popular TV series Star Trek. To this day, George loves when fans call him by his show name. Come on, G, it's been 30 years. Playtime is over. If you insist on gravy training Mr. Sulu any longer, I'll have no choice but to sick Loretta Hot Lips Houlihan Swit on you. The most disturbing quote of 2007 was turned in by Lauren Caitlin Upton, better known as Miss Teen South Carolina. During the question and answer portion of the Miss Teen USA 2007 pageant, Lauren was asked the question, recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is? Miss South Carolina responded with, quote, I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries so we will be able to build up a future for our children, end quote. I think my IQ just dropped 40 points. Riveting, Lauren. Way to set the female gender back about 30 years. Jessica Simpson thinks you're a moron, okay? Let me stare into my crystal ball and predict what this airhead's future will consist of. Yes, I see it. It's becoming clear. I see orange shorts and a tray of beer and hot wings. I also see parking lot blowjobs for bigger tips. Personally, I can't wait to purchase Lauren's gangbang DVD just to see if she could read her moan lines off the teleprompter. Get used to life on your back, Bim. It's great to see that homeschooling continues to turn out Albert Einsteins by the ass load, huh? Now, I don't want to seem like a prick to a teenage hoochie, but can we please refrain from shoving a microphone into someone's hole who's dumber than a snowball? Christ, no wonder everyone around the globe can talk better than I can. Everyone around the globe wants to bomb the living shit out of us. We give twits like this the floor. What keeps me awake and screaming in the middle of the night? These are the kids that would be taking care of me when I'm old. Yeah, excuse me, God, I'll be checking out early. In 2007, the New England Patriots became the first team in NFL history to finish the season with a perfect 16-0 record. The last team to finish the season with a perfect record was the 14-0 1972 Miami Dolphins. Don Shula, coach of the 72 Dolphins, said in an interview that there should be an asterisk next to the Patriots' accomplishments. The only asterisk you should be concerned about, old man, is how you married someone who's almost 20 years younger than you after your original wife of 31 years died of breast cancer. So do us all a favor, Don. Take your sour grapes, curl up in the fetal position, and go die already. To wrap up my 2007 year in review, mall Santas in Australia were asked to stop saying ho, 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 and to start saying ha, ha, ha. The traditional phrase was banned in Australia because it might be considered offensive to women. Of course it is. Now, I know we live in PC world, but enough is enough. I wanted to inform everyone here tonight that the Hawaiian singing legend Don Ho died in 2007. But because Crocodile Dundee's wife has a boomerang up her ass, and I don't want to offend any women, I have to say Don Ha died in 2007. Now, I personally believe if the Australian nappy-headed hoes can't take a joke, then they should be doused with pepper spray and tossed into a dogfighting pit. If they lose, they're beaten with shoes, forced to marry Pam Anderson and get an asterisk slapped next to their name, and such as injected with steroids until their 2008 trials. That's my take, but then again, what the hell do I know? Yeah. Usually it's about